Hello beadlings. Okay, so this is a really quick little tutorial video on all the different ways that I like to tie off candy. This is not like a comprehensive video of every single possible way to tie off candy. These are just the ways that have worked for me, and I'm just gonna go through them real quick and show you how I do it. Tying off a candy single is, first up, I like to leave about an inch of room at the end of each side of the string, maybe a little bit more. That way it doesn't slide out of my grip. Cross one string over the top of the other one and then wrap it around to make a knot. Pull that tight and then do that again 2 more times to make a triple knot. Cross it over, pull it under, pull it tight. You do want to make sure that you're not pulling too tight on that first knot, so there's some stretch left. And then once you are done tying it, you cut off the ends with some scissors. You do want to try and leave like a little teeny tiny bit of string left over on the tail there so that the knot has something to grab onto. I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. See? Little teeny tiny tails, and they just hide inside of a knot. Every knot I tie is basically just a variation on that triple knot. Here is how I tie a knot when I am attaching it to something. This is using a key ring. So using just the one string, I still cross it over and pull it under and then pull it very tight. So instead of having 2 strings to cross over each other, I just have the one tail end of the string that I cross over the long string. I don't know if that makes sense, but you can see what I'm doing on the screen, so I'm doing my best to describe that with my words. Anyway, the point here is that I'm using the keyring as an anchor, and then same deal, when you cut off the short end, you want to leave a little teeny tiny bit of tail left over so the knot has something to grab onto. When I am tying off a cuff, I'm actually using that exact same principle, except instead of tying it to a keyring, I am picking an anchor string in the base of the cuff itself, and I am tying it to that string. So I like to make sure that the string is in a position where I can easily hide the knot. That's why I'm running it through those 2 beads so that the knot will slide backwards into the beads. I'm using the orange string to anchor it to, and using my needle, pull the knot, or pull the string rather, under that anchor string and then tie the knot. And make sure that the string is landing in the spot that I want it to, that it doesn't end up, in the middle of some other random beads. Pull it tight and then just repeat that 2 more times. I'm going to show you on screen as slow as I can and trying to keep my hands out of the way. Exactly what I'm doing 2 more times, and I'm going to stop talking so that you can just concentrate on what's on the screen there. And then, like with the rest of them, when you cut off the long end of the string, you want to make sure that the knot is hidden in the beads and you've got a little tiny tail. If you have any concerns about your knot coming undone, you can put Gorilla Glue on it. That's what I like to use. You can also use clear nail polish if you don't have Gorilla Glue around. I absolutely recommend doing this if you're using fishing line or if you're using this clear stretch cord stuff. Personally, I really hate this clear stretch cord, but if it's all you've got or you prefer to use it for some reason, totally fine. That's my recommendation. And for those of you who are stuck using the clear stretch cord, I will show you how to get one of these knots to stay in place. They don't like being tied very tight. See, that just wants to come undone. So you have to bounce your hands a whole bunch of times in order to pull that knot tight enough. And you can see there, that knot is not going anywhere, but that's the only way that I've found to get these things to stay in place is literally just bounce your hands a whole bunch of times until that knot is super tight. And again, clear nail polish or Gorilla Glue will help keep that tight. This type of string does have a tendency to degrade really fast, so I super recommend using cloth covered stretch cord if you can get it. I do not recommend getting string that is smaller than 0.8 millimeters or larger than 1.2 millimeters. That's a personal preference. It is totally up to you, whatever you do, but that's like the size range that I've found works best for me. This was not like a planned video. This is just something people keep asking me about, so I wanted to really quick just make a video about how to tie knots. I hope it was helpful. I'm going to be putting out another video this month on how to do the 3D candy rainbow. It'll be more towards the end of the month, probably the last Saturday in January. And I definitely recommend getting some faceted beads or round beads for it because it's really hard with regular pony beads. Okay, I love you. Bye.